Hi, hey Bethans, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha. I'm so glad, I'm so excited to have you guys here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel now, okay? And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always being here, okay? I know how much you guys have been wanting me to come on here. In fact, a lot of you expected me to come on here yesterday. I apologize, okay? I couldn't be here yesterday to talk about the Real Housewives of Lagos, but guess what? I'm here now, okay? Betha is here to do it in her own way, and of course, guys, let me tell you, this, I don't know what to call it now, series, this series is something you have to watch, you know, because outside of the buzz, outside of the whole, oh, Real Housewives of Lagos, guys, they killed it, okay? Take you from me. They killed it, all right? Yesterday, we had the first episode of season 1, and in terms of the length, it was about 51 minutes or thereabouts, so it wasn't bad for an episode. You know, you have all these episodes about 30 minutes, you know, 40 minutes, you know, 51 minutes in this case, and it was intriguing, guys. From the beginning of the episode up until the very end, I was just really glued to my screen, like, oh wow. I literally kept on shouting wow about a lot of things. Now first, I'm going to talk about the whole production before we talk about the main cast and all of that. Now in terms of the production, guys, let me tell you, the camera quality was just on point. Like, I loved it, okay? The camera quality was really nice, the sound was really nice. You know how you're watching a movie and, you know, when there's supposed to be action, you're now hearing all these lullaby type of beats, no for action. No, they paid attention to every single detail. Like, the sound was just really in sync with what they were showing. It was just really nice, guys. I really love it when people pay attention to, you know, whatever it is that they're doing. I'm not a pro in any of these things, but when I see a good show, when I see people put in effort, I always make sure to come out here to do what? To praise them, to tell them well done, and to tell them to continue, okay? Another thing I noticed was the voiceover. Now, I know some of you haven't even seen this episode, and you're wondering, why is Betha going on and on about these things? Tell us about the show in itself, guys. I'm going to do that, but I know myself, once I start giving people gist now, I'm going to forget the most important things. And I feel like without this production team who have been able to tell these stories in this manner, we would not even appreciate the storyline, let alone appreciate any gist that I come on here to give, okay? Now, like I said, the voiceover, whoever did that voiceover at the beginning did a fantastic job, guys. Like, the person did a fantastic job. It just felt like a regular show that you want to watch. Like, it wasn't forced, it wasn't, you know, they're not to do all those funny scenes. You know, it was just really nice, and I loved it, okay? Now, of course, we know that this show, The Real Housewives of Lagos, is a show that has to do with both lifestyle and fashion. And guys, can I tell you this, yeah? They killed it on both sides, okay? The fashion side was just epic, like epic, all right? And of course, the lifestyle, you know, this is where we get to talk about the cast. You know, I'm sure you guys have seen the trailer and all of that, and you already know the people that will be on our screen. But then this first episode was just an avenue for us to re-meet them. Now, I know we see these people on the internet, on our TV screens, you know, and all of that, but they told us their stories by themselves. And I feel like when people come out to tell you who they are, just believe it, okay? Forget whatever it is you hear on social media, forget whatever it is that they say on there, okay? Now let's go into the cast. I'm going to start off the way it unfolded in the episode, and of course, the first person that was introduced to us was none other than Toyin Lawani, aka Tiannah's Empire. You guys know her, the very controversial fashion goddess. Okay, she told us in her words that she is the king of queens. I'm like, mad vibes. Toyin is just a boss. Like, I mean, that's the only way I can describe Toyin to you guys. Toyin is a boss, okay? Now madam, now babe, now mother, now wife. You understand? Toyin actually has kids with different men, and it's not like she just meets them, you know, gets pregnant, and, you know, that's it. No, she has about 3 kids with 3 different husbands. I mean, she'll marry this one, born, if you not work, she move on to the next husband. And for her, she's like, if he pay you, move along, okay? You're not concerned you, now my life. In fact, she even told us that if there's a problem with her current marriage, of course we know she's married to Segun. You know, Segun is the unknown, the guy that always has a mask on. You know, I'm sure that one too not topic for discussion, but I'll get there. You know, she mentioned to us that if the marriage not work and everything, she marry another one, you know, born there, like it not concern anybody.
If my husband mess up, I'll still marry another person if I find love, and it will be 4 different dads.
Her first daughter, who is actually also her namesake, Tiannah. You know, Tiannah is someone that has never met her new husband, Segun. You guys remember that marriage now. Una remember the tried everything, the trend for social media where people just they say, which kind of man be this way they hide in face. Tiannah made it known to us that, you know, her husband is camera shy, even though he's always behind the cameras because, you know, he's a photographer amongst other things. Okay, this guy doesn't like to be in people's faces, hence the mask, you know. But he was having a conversation with Tiannah where he was like, oh, I'm kind of worried, I haven't met your first daughter, you know, I don't know what she'll think of me and all of that. And Tiannah is like, no, she actually likes you, she told me that you're very nice and she loves the fact that you make me happy. You know, they just had that brief conversation. Of course, they showed us the Tiannah, she's really pretty, and like they said, like Tiannah said, she was coming to Lagos to visit them after about 5 to 6 years. Now for Tiannah, I love her diction, the fact that she kept it real. Matter of fact, yeah, I feel like all the cast, you know, all the women in this particular season or in this particular show kind of kept it real with their intonation. You know, nobody was doing too much. People that were speaking phone or the person that was speaking phone, that's basically how she talks, even on the internet, you know, that's just how Chioma is. But we will get to that. Like I said, Tiannah kept it real. She had an event which was actually the main focus of this particular episode. You know, she was launching her baby's clothing line alongside hair products, and of course, because of this event, she had to invite the other ladies that are featured in this particular, okay, too much of English, but in this particular season, I've been this particular show. Okay, now moving on to Auntie Iyabo Ojo. Oh my god, I love that lady so much. Her name is Iyabo Ojo, and in her words, she's an all-rounder. And guys, it's not just her words, okay, this is something we see. She's an actress, she's a producer, she's an entrepreneur, like she's just into a lot of things. And the one that we cannot forget is the fact that she's the queen of TikTok, okay? If you've not seen Auntie Yabba's TikTok videos, then you're missing out on TikTok. Guys, she's an entirely different person on TikTok. And according to her, TikTok is a rebirth. Like, you know, for her, it's something different. And she loves it so much. And of course, we can see that. Auntie Yabba also told us that she's a night crawler. She's the life of the party. See, anywhere there's Faji, anywhere there's Owambe, you'll see her there, because for this life you only live once, so you need to chop life before life chop you. When asked about her relationship status, you know, Iyabo told us that she's in a relationship. Oh yes, a fine girl like her, how she not go take get man. You know, she told us that she was in a relationship, but then she was keeping it private. And you know, for her, she doesn't want to promote any relationship except she's getting married again. And in her words, she doubts that that's ever going to happen. No, but then if it happens, that's the only time she's going to promote any man. Okay, now for those of you who did not know, Auntie Yabba got married at the age of 21. It wasn't her initial plan. No. Now, Lord, this auntie got admission to go read for Unilag, but then she found out that she was pregnant, and of course she had to get married. So it wasn't even a case of, oh, she got married and then got pregnant. The reverse was actually the case. So of course her life took a new turn. You know, she also went on to tell us how she was molested and raped several times. In fact, she mentioned to us that the first time she was molested, she was about 5 or 6 years old. Guys, that was so sad to hear. Like, we know that she talks about this whole rape thing, and you know, she's always very active when it comes to all of that. For example, we remember how active she was during the whole Princess's Daughter, comedian Princess's Daughter. You know, she was just all up in the case, you know, going after Baba Ijesha and all of that. You know, when she was asked here, she told us that the reason she's always very active is because she's been there, she knows how it feels, and of course she could just feel Princess's Daughter's pain, so of course she just had to get involved. She actually told us that she confronted the man, a family member that molested her, and you know, she only was able to do that when she was in her 30s, and the man even had the guts to try to deny it. Like, That's so sad. Like, for me, that part was really emotional. And like I said, yeah, the whole soundtrack thing just made it even worse, you know, because they had this very solemn, sad soundtrack. I love soundtracks a lot. Like, guys, I love soundtracks a lot. And I feel like when people pay attention to small details like that, it makes a lot of sense to me, okay? Now, the next person that was introduced to us was Caroline Hutchings. I don't know if it's Hutchings or B. Hutchings, but I know her, or I used to know her as Caroline Danjuma, guys. Right? Please let me know if you also know her as Caroline Danjuma, or am I missing something here? But anyways, guys, she actually mentioned to us that she was once married to a billionaire. And you know, sometimes you're married to a billionaire but you still don't have what you want, or you still don't get what you want. Because I know the next question is, how come you're married to a billionaire and you're no longer in that marriage? She made it clear that sometimes you might be married to a very wealthy person, but sometimes you still don't get that va-va-voom that you're trying to get. And you know, for her, it wasn't working. You know, for her, she feels like people have a problem with the fact that she got married to a billionaire. They can't stand her, and for her, she cannot help them, okay? Now your problem, she married billionaire, you not like him, you like poverty. Now why you not like him? So that one concern you. You know, she even told us that if she has to get married again, then it has to be to a trillionaire. Okay, because billion don't pass. You know, she needs the luxury of life. She loves fancy things. You know, she just likes to enjoy life, and she needs to get married to someone who is financially stable. In her words, if I have to get married, then the man must be financially stable, because according to her, she cannot come and suffer. I don't come this life to suffer. Hey, if I marry trillionaire, Now, moving away from that, guys, let's talk about Chioma Ikoku. My name is Chioma Ikoku. I mean, that's how she speaks, okay? So I need to play the part, okay? My name is Austin Betha, okay? And I'm here to talk to you guys about Chioma Ikoku. All right, Chioma Ikoku is not just an entrepreneur. You know, she's also... This English life not be for me. Oh, she's a philanthropist. Okay, now lawyer should be. This babe left Lagos at the age of 12 and only came back when she had to go to law school. And you know, for her, coming back to Lagos was a rude awakening. You know, for her, you have to be strong for you to live in Lagos. And they always tell her this thing: people when they live for Lagos, forget we get 3 spirits. Okay, one for traffic, one for go slow, and one for hold up. Because these 3 things, even though not the same thing, it go hook you. And if you not get patience, you not go fit. So yes, I agree with Chioma Ikoku when she said that for you to be in Lagos, you have to be dogged, you have to be this, you have to be that. Now, because of that dogged word when I talk now, I need to mention something. Chioma Ikoku has a dog, okay? That dog, where she get, they chop better food, they chop better life for pass some people, okay? According to Chioma, she was on the phone with somebody and she was like, oh, don't mind this, my dog, don't mind. I think the dog's name is Ari. I'll be waiting she called the dog name. He said the dog chop sushi for nights. Say now they want go chop pizza. When last you chop sushi? You really watch me so. When last you chop sushi? When last you chop pizza? When dog? Better calm down, not be your dog. Mind your business, okay? Mind your business, okay? According to the philanthropist, yes, Chioma is a philanthropist. She's in a relationship, a very complicated relationship, and she's really hoping to be a mother soon. Like, she just wants to have a child, and I really don't think there's anything wrong with that, okay? Oh, by the way, guys, before I forget, Chioma is the same as Chioma Good Hair. You know, that's what people popularly know her as, because she has a hairline, and of course, she owns Coppers and Bras. It's a restaurant, you know, a fancy restaurant somewhere in, I think, in VI. I don't really know, but my mind at times say now that kind of side all those restaurants they do. I never go there before, so I don't know. She shall get Coppers and Bras. Okay, now she get and now she get Chioma Good Hair. Of course, the next person would be Laura Ikeji. You know, yes, sister to Auntie Ikeji, a wife to Uncle Ogbonna Kanu, and of course, Uncle Ogbonna Kanu is the elder brother to our footballer, our Nigerian footballer Uncle Kanu. Okay, better you sabi history, but our people family history sabi, not sabi your country history. But anyways, guys, they've been married for 5 years, and even though they've been married for 5 years, she has actually known her husband for the past 10 to 12 years. You know, they were first friends before getting married, and you know, they have 2 sons together, and of course it was even their anniversary, so she planned this very beautiful anniversary thing for her husband where she called a celebrity chef. You know, that one came, cooked and everything, and of course she was expecting a gift from her husband. who did not really give her a gift, and she felt very disappointed about that. You know, Laura is a fashion person. You know, she loves fashion. Laura is also a very business oriented person. She's a hustler. I mean, in her words, she's a hustler, and I cannot agree any less. Okay, she works really hard. She says she's a very private person. You know, outside of Instagram, she wants you to respect her privacy when you're around her. You know, it was just really nice to see that side to her, because I mean, I always see her on Instagram. I always watch her live videos, and you know, I follow her on YouTube, so that's yeah, I follow her on YouTube because I love her. Okay, like I said, guys, the main event for this particular episode was the launch of Tiannah's daughter's clothing line, Laura's clothing line and hair product. And you know, there was a brief meeting between Auntie Tiannah and Auntie Iyabo Ojo, you know, where they were talking about the venue for the event, and they ended up doing the event at Chioma's restaurant, that's the Coppers and Brass place. And of course, they invited the rest of the cast, you know, and other friends, you know, who had kids and all of that. You know, the event was just really, I don't really know how to explain it. They were having fun, but then they were just underground beefs. Yes, I noticed it. There were underground beefs. First was between Laura and Chioma Goodhair, because I mean, Laura was telling us how, you know, she and Chioma have been friends for over 7 years or 5 years. And then when they asked Chioma, oh Chioma, you know Laura? She's like, oh yeah, she's been a very good hair client. So that be your friend, now your hair client. I don't really know. And let me tell you guys, Laura took it P, like, no Chioma, don't do that. I am not just a hair client. I'm not just a customer. I am your friend. Okay. Now there was also one between Caroline and, you know, Tiannah's Empire. You know, according to Laura, both of them, they were friends at some point. They were really close at some point, but then they fell apart. And you know, because Laura is close to Tiannah, you know, they don't really gossip the girls small. Yeah, they don't gossip Caroline. So for Laura, it's like, why are you shining your teeth? Anything Caroline says, you are shining your teeth. That's not what you told me in the chorus. Okay? You did not tell me that both of you are still very close. You told me that you don't fuck with her. I don't do this, I don't do this. So how come you're smiling? And in fact, Laura even felt like, you know, they were just all shining their teeth at every single thing Chioma Goodhair was saying. For her, it's like, why are they all shining their teeth? It's not even like Chioma likes them like that, you know. I don't know. Laura is just the one that is giving us the whole, you know, Glasgow storyline. She's the one telling us the things that we cannot see. And it's almost like she was speaking from a different narrative, like a different persona. And it was just really nice to see. Like, she'll talk for herself, and then she'll talk like somebody else that knows other things that we do not know yet, but we would love to see. So, yes, I'm just looking out for the next episode, because, you know, this whole episode was really about that launch. And, you know, Auntie Yabba promised to take them to the beach house. And I think that's going to be in the next episode. And guys, let me tell you, that episode is going to be mad, because even from what they showed us, yeah, it was almost like they were just cussing out, I'm gonna fuck it, the fuck you, fuck you. I say, wait till they happen now, relax now, we just start. Okay, you know, not tell us to prepare ourselves, but I feel like the next episode is going to be epic, and I cannot wait for that, guys. Let me know if you watched this, guys. Let me know if you watched this episode. If you haven't watched it, you can still see it on Showmax. Okay, it's there. Watch it first and then come back here to tell me what you think, even though I have narrated what happened. Okay, but I know I missed out a few things, so just watch and let me know. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, I had to just do justice to this show, because I know say una dey wait for me. Someone particularly asked me yesterday, Betha, do you think you are going to be discussing the Real Housewives? We have discussed it. Alpha. Okay, anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give me a very big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and I will definitely see you guys on the next one. Bye.